Wow, the nerve of some people. Public school teachers segregated classroom by religion and then ridiculed the conservative Christians. And it was November 9th that this was updated this year. South Johnson High School. A teacher at the South Johnson High School, Julia Lope, divided her class based on religious beliefs, as well as their policy stances on abortion and homosexuality. The teacher, who was supposed to be teaching Spanish, then ridiculed the most conservative Christian students. Students were asked whether they had mental health issues or panic attacks and were also segregated based on their answers to these health questions. Can you imagine an adult with that kind of power using this to ask these personal questions to these kids instead of teaching them Spanish? The North Carolina Spanish teacher then told the students that if they told anybody she segregated the classroom by religious and political beliefs, she would get them in trouble, hurt their grades, and scuttle their chances at going to college. Are you serious? Get behind me, Satan. Oh my goodness. So it clearly shows she knows exactly what she was doing, that she was doing something wrong that she shouldn't have been doing, and she had no business doing what she was doing. Really disgusting. And to children. Superintendent Jim Cosby said this is an unfortunate incident and one I wish had not happened. It's never appropriate for a teacher to segregate students based on these things. In fact, it's not appropriate for a teacher to even ask students what their beliefs are. Yeah, you're there to teach. Our school system takes very seriously the rights of students in these areas, and students should never be instructed um, to not share classroom activities with their parents. But we don't really care. That's just a bunch of hogwash because we never actually fired her. So just look, slap on the wrist. You don't do that, Julia. That's a naughty girl. And then they say, all things said and done, it's not clear how this story is vastly different from what happens in most other public schools in America on a daily basis. It just seems that this teacher happened to get caught. Well, there's definitely a vitriol and a hatred for Christianity, but I would like to know what grade she was teaching. Let me see if I can find any more information anywhere else. So, if you're teaching Spanish, they're at least in high school, I would think, right? Pew Research Center. I think they might just say the same thing over and over and over, but it would be helpful to know what grade they unleashed her on. Well, okay, so high school. So these are high school students. I guess I did read that sign earlier where it talked about the high school. So she was suspended with pay. Well, we're not going to have it here, but we're going to keep giving you money. And they didn't take her job. No, just keep doing the evil that you want to do. That's completely fine. She was hired as a substitute teacher to teach Spanish. The superintendent added that once the investigation is done, he will review the findings and determine what final decisions need to be made. Goodness. Well, teachers abusing their power because they can. So pray for her. Pray for the children that she's been indoctrinating and humiliating and casting her witchly doctrines upon.